As a small biz pro, that's how we roll. Using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, that's how we grow. Using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur.
Hello, everyone. This is the Business Zone with
Crystal.
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. And today, folks, we're going to have a wonderful show. We got two fabulous guests coming on the show today. They're going to help to enlighten you a little bit about business economy and your health. So, Crystal,
Hey,
what have you been doing this week?
you know this has been my week with the kids, so we've been having a great time. We are in week 3. And so we've been scrambling to make sure that they get everything. They're working on their PowerPoint. Today, actually, they have cell day, and tomorrow is cell day. So we had like a half a class this morning. And so if anyone's interested, you can go to the Los Angeles Urban League. That would be at laul.org/bizcamp, and you can shop. They have some great gifts. One of the young men has made this apple, peach, apple, and plum compote that just looks delicious. These kids are out doing. One little girl has already sold. She already sold $700, and that's her profit.
Wow, that's amazing, man. These kids are very energized and motivated. I love it. I love what you're doing with those kids, Crystal. You know, I got to give you credit. You've been working with these kids for multiple years now, and every year you bring out some real champion entrepreneurs. So kudos to you.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome. These kids are, they're smart, they're bright. When we have a guest, you were there for a hot minute last week, and they're just been, and they're still incredible. Here we're in week 2, week 3, and so next week is the final week. Their graduation is on the 31st.
Right.
We have business coaches coming in all next week to work with them to polish up their pitch deck, and they're excited. So on Monday, we want to see how much money they made. They're excited about that. And it's all virtual. So we have virtual stores going on. They're going to get paid using Cash App and PayPal and all those things. So they're super excited. And they've embraced this whole experience.
Now, Crystal, I often tell you on this show, who my target demographics are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are women. My target demographics are women, right?
Yes.
Because women, they listen and they pay on time. You don't have any hassles with them.
Right.
You don't have to try to convince them to do what they need to do to grow their business because, they want to learn. But while men, on the other hand, they'll be hard-headed and they won't listen. But my second target demographic are the kids, the youth that you're building, I love it, Crystal. They listen. They're like sponges. They suck up the data, the information, and then they implement it. So,
yes, exactly. And so that's awesome. So that is a great experience for me because, like you said, sometimes you're coaching adults and you think it's going one ear and it might take 4 or 5 years before it actually sinks in. But with the kids, before the class is over, they're already absorbing like little sponges. So, this is my passion, working with them and so we're having a good time. I didn't get any awesome compliments this week like I did last week about being like Miss Obama. So I'm a little bummed out about that. But I was getting used to that, man.
Well, I think he's storing it up for next week. Next week you might get like 2 of them.
maybe so. But they seem to have had a good time this week, so I'm thrilled. I'm excited about this group because this was the first time we've done this virtually, and so it kind of works. And we might accommodate or implement some virtual along with the live, because there is a piece that's definitely needed for the live, because even though we connected with them, you really connect with them when they're live.
See, Crystal, you may not know this, okay? But
What?
you're sitting on a gold mine which you don't really realize. So let me share some things with you,
What's
right?
that?
See this program you have, this biz camp that you just did virtual, and it's
Uh huh.
taking it's taking off like a rocket right now.
Right.
This is the beginning, because not only are you going to do it here in Los Angeles, you can do it in Africa, you can do it in Canada, all of these. Remember, we've got a population out there that's yearning for the business zone in Venezuela. Remember?
You're right. Right. Right.
So
Right. Right.
so you could do the biz camp in all of those different towns. Now, you know what I just noticed?
What?
I was watching YouTube the other day. Steve Harvey is now doing the Family Feud in foreign countries.
Right. Actually, he went to Ghana over the holidays, and
Yes.
he's in Ghana now. So I would
And
love to be able to do an
you
entrepreneur
see what
class
I'm
in
saying?
Africa.
This is
Yeah.
amazing. So right now you're just doing the foundation and you're building, but eventually you're gonna be in all these countries, man. Crystal on and the Biz Cam program. This is gonna be phenomenal. Phenomenal. Just remember, I'm your number one cheerleader, okay?
Oh, yeah, you are. So I do have partners. Miss Bonnie, I partner up with the Urban League and do this. And so Miss Rhonda sent us Hobart. She has just been awesome,
Yes,
and she's juggling the backside of it.
yes,
And Bonnie is there helping us juggle all of it. And we have a team of 5 interns.
yes.
Three of them were in our program
Right,
when they were younger, and
right.
then we have two. They have been incredible. Yeah, they help us keep the kids, make sure the kids are paying attention. So it's a
That
great
is great.
team.
That
And
is
then we
great.
have had such an amazing turnout
Hmm.
of our community professionals that are come
Right.
and shared some awesome stuff. So it's been fun. It's been fun. This yesterday we had this guy. He was so incredible, Gilbert. As soon as I get the slides that he did, he tied in capitalism with slavery for the past and the present. Just
Oh
blew
wow.
us away.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. And I'm sure he also talked about the system, the way the
Yes.
system is designed to keep us in the corner.
Yeah, yeah. So that he talked about the professional sports and college sports, and how those are the new plantations, and so it was great day yesterday. Had a
I,
great briefing in the morning, and the kids. It just awesome. What
I
can I
think
say?
I think that will make a great transition into our first guest, right?
I think so. So before we go to our first guest, Gilbert and I have July 8th. We celebrated our 4 years on the air, and so in lieu of that, and in celebration of that, we're looking for more subscribers to our YouTube channel. We are live on YouTube and Facebook, but please go to our YouTube channel and subscribe so that you can get notifications that we are on air every Friday afternoon from 3 to 5, and you are tuned in to the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. And if you do go subscribe, when we get to our desired number of 1,000, then Gilbert and I are going to create some complimentary coaching sessions for those that have been so gracious to supporting us. We need to grow our numbers, and we're asking you. So if you're enjoying the program, please go over there and subscribe at our YouTube channel at the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert.
And those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, don't know anything about this program, don't know what it's about, the Business Zone is a platform, an on-air coaching, advising, counseling, a platform that helps small businesses build their capacity so they can become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. And Crystal and I together, we've got over 50 years of experience, and we're very happy to share that with all of you. So, you can call in, write in. Well, you can't call in yet. We haven't got the phone line set up yet because of COVID. But you guys can just go to the chat box and send us questions or make comments, and we'd really, really appreciate that. So thank you for tuning into the Business Zone.
Right. So we're excited. We got two amazing ladies, women that are just doing their thing out there in this business world and the fitness and health world. So we're going to bring on first our wealth and health, our wealthy health person. She is just amazing. She's been in the community for well over 20 plus years. She has been in the banking world, the loan world. You guys all may know her when she was running programs at Pacific Coast Regional Center, but now she's at the helm. She's the president of the center of I think it's partnering with Lendistry. So Miss Constance, are you there? Where'd you be? Hello. Uh-oh.
We're looking to see you, Constance. Are you available? Are you there?
She was there.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we should go ahead and just bring in our other guest then.
Okay, so we'll be back. She must have stepped away. So we are excited when she comes back in. We will.
Oh, she said she's here, but somehow we can't get her in.
We can't see your video. So Constance, if you will go down to the bottom where it says cam/mic, if you look there, you should be able to find out what your webcam that you're using, and you might need to let them know it. If it's an add-on webcam, just hit live. If it's not and it's using your computer one, and you should be able to get there. She says she's here, but we can't see you. Let me see.
In the meantime, while Candace is doing that, let's talk to our other guest.
Alrighty, so she's there. We got part of her face, but let's see. I'm going to take Candace out so we can get her full face. There we go. Hello. So we're going to make a switch. That's what it's all about. Gilbert and I are great at pivoting.
That's right. That's why we're small businesses. We got to be ready at all times to pivot.
So we want to welcome, so we're going to move over, still another amazing, great lady. This young lady you guys may have known. She's a 3-time track and field Olympian, which is interesting since the Olympics is coming back to America in the next 7 years now. So she's a consultant, she's a speaker, she's a personal coach, she's a fitness trainer, and she's the author of her first book called Irresistible Fit, How to Become a Spiritual, Strong, Sexy, Firm Woman everyone admires and no one can resist. Now, I like that idea. So welcome, Althea Moses. We are so happy to have you on the Business Zone. Welcome. So I'm interested in how you be sexy and fit and nobody can resist you. I like
that. Nobody can resist. Well, it's an honor to be on your show, the Business Zone. Gilbert.
Yeah.
So thank you for having me on.
We're glad to have you. We're glad to have you.
Althea, I just have this one question I got to ask you. I keep looking at that picture behind you on the wall. Is that you? Is that you on the wall?
Yes, this is, yes.
Olympic? Is it an Olympic picture?
Yeah, bring it on. Can you bring it into the camera?
Oh, man.
All right, man.
Oh, man. So I'm
1996 Olympics.
I'm glad you're showing us that picture, Althea, because now we can make a pivot or a transition into you. So you're from Belize, huh?
Yes, I'm
Tell
from
us
Belize.
about it. Tell us about it.
I came to America almost 40 years ago with my family. And we settled here in Los Angeles for 1 year, and the other 30 years I've been in Inglewood. And I lived in some other places the other 10 years, but 30 years in Inglewood. And it's been wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
So your track career started in Belize?
You can say that because I used to run around buying things from my mother's store. She had a home business selling beverages and making bread and bun, sewing for people. She was an excellent seamstress. And so I used to run to the stores to help her. So my track career kind of started there.
Oh, I
but
love that.
officially started in Inglewood at Morningside High School.
See, you
Okay.
started the organic way. That's how it's supposed to be done.
Yes,
That's how we
that's
do it
right.
back in the islands. We run to everywhere. We run to the store, the
That's right.
beach,
That's what I
to
remember.
school, to work.
Oh, is
Yes,
that how it
very
started?
true.
Is that why there's so many amazing track stars that come out of the
Yes,
islands? You
yes.
guys run all over the
Yes,
island.
we
We
run
run to everything.
everywhere. You don't have a car, you don't have a bicycle, you run.
Because it seems like the fastest runners come out of Jamaica, Belize, anywhere in the islands.
Yes, good point.
so
So,
so um so you went to Morningside, and that's really where your training began.
Yes, yes. It started with Coach Tatum and Coach Taylor, Coach Estrada, who got us ready for what we call the big one, which is the California State meet in June.
Okay.
And they took us to the beach. They took us to hills. The training was grueling, and so
Wow.
I became a champion there. Became a world junior Olympic champion and world record holder in 1987. California State champ in 1988.
Okay.
I won a lot in Inglewood, and so my upbringing in Inglewood has been very positive, and the city has been very supportive.
Now, was your goal? Some people have the goal to go further, to go pro. Was your goal to be in the Olympics, or was that what
Yes,
you were?
yes,
Yes. Okay, so you achieved
yes.
the
When I was in
goal.
ninth grade, Krista, when I was in ninth grade, I realized that I was very talented in the triple jump. I ran the 800-meter run as well, and I placed third in state my senior year. But in ninth grade, I realized I was so good at triple jumping, and it wasn't. There were a lot of other women and girls in the U.S. and Europe who were jumping very well. So I started telling people, I'm going to the Olympics,
Oh.
and I could continue. And there wasn't even an event in the Olympics yet for women.
Oh,
Isn't that
really?
incredible?
Wow.
Yes,
So you
there wasn't an event
manifested
for
it.
women.
so you put it
I
on your
manifested
vision
it and I
board and
worked
then you
towards it.
realized it.
And then in 1996, it was the first time in the 100 years of the Games where it was a medal event for women. The first
Very
time, and I
good.
was there
So
Wow.
representing Belize.
how did you make that transition from sports to business? Tell us a little bit about that.
Ah, good point. Well, after I competed in the 96 Games, I decided I wouldn't continue. So I needed to do something with my education. I got a full scholarship to run track at UCLA. And when I was done with UCLA, I just continued to work the job that I'd been working. And then I decided I need to go to school. So I went to get my master's degree in education and my teaching credential. Started teaching school, and then I got laid off in 2009 during the recession, the recent recession. So
Mhm.
that's what prompted me to say, I need to start my business.
Mm.
And so I started tutoring business because I'm very good at teaching reading. I'm an elementary school teacher.
Oh, okay.
And uh, I didn't enjoy that as much. And so I decided to go into real estate investment. So I started buying real estate, triplexes and duplexes. And so
Wow.
the rental incomes were checks. You have
Mm-hmm.
duplexes is two checks every month
Mhm.
while you do nothing.
Yeah.
You have triplexes, it's three checks.
Yeah.
You're having three checks coming in while you do nothing or play on the
Yeah.
sandy beaches. One of my things.
Yeah.
So I invested in
Act-
real estate.
actually, you're
And
doing
so
some.
I
Actually, you're doing something. You're counting your money.
yeah, okay. Yes, I invested in real estate, became a real estate investor, started my real estate company, and then the health and fitness company. In 2013, I decided, some people said, you need to train me. You look good in your 30s. You need to start training people. And so I decided to start out the Moses Health and Fitness Company. And the first lady who hired me for personal training, we trained at View Park. And that's how I started. I haven't stopped. It's been 7 years. It's been growing.
Oh,
but during
wow.
COVID, of course, it's it's not happening right now. But that's how I got started too, in 2013.
So with
Yes.
the COVID virus being out there as an interrupter for businesses, do you see that interrupting your business at all?
Yes, because uh, we have the mandate from the government that fitness centers are closed. I was teaching
Mm-hmm.
a fitness class that I created, an exercise called Althea, where you're affirming yourself while you work out. And I was training people at Darby Park, Tuesdays and Thursday nights. And we had to stop that
Mm-hmm.
because there was a shutdown on all fitness centers in the state.
Mm-hmm.
And then they reopened, I think, 4 weeks ago, and then reclosed again recently. I think 2 weeks
Mm-hmm.
ago, fitness centers were reclosed. And so a lot of the clients have my book, and they use that. And the,
You do
some of them stay in
videos?
touch
Do
with
you
me,
do
and let
videos
me
so they
know
can
that
watch
they are
those
still
videos?
doing.
Did you
They
transition
can
to
watch. I
virtual?
have YouTube videos, but I didn't transition to virtual. I just been working on me, um,
Okay.
continue to keep my body in shape, and also taking the time to reflect, because for 7 years I've been training and teaching and training and speaking and writing my book and editing my book and publishing and marketing it. And so the last 3 months I've just been doing me,
You doing you
basically.
right, which is a lot.
Yes,
What a lot of it.
I finally have to sit down and I have the time to finally sit down. And I also teach school. I teach third grade in LAUSD. So this time has been really good for me to reflect and rest, honestly, and just work on me and the things that I have a long to-do list because I'm a big dreamer. And I've just been looking at what I want to do when COVID is over and what I need to do right now while I have the time.
Now,
So
and that's a good
that's what's been
segue
going on.
over to how do we, because one of the things that has happened, all of us are at stayed at home quarantine. I think the first month everybody must have become best friends with their refrigerator and all of the food in it, good or bad. I think everybody had the right intentions, but it went out the window because you're so frustrated you couldn't get out. So you couldn't get enough chips, you couldn't get enough candy, couldn't get enough, and you only could go to the essential stores that sold the worst stuff that you could find, right? You could go to 7-Eleven. You had to wait in
That's
a
right.
long line to go to the market. So I'll just go to 7-Eleven and grab some junk and eat. So what are some of the things? Because and I think I read something somewhere that Americans have gained about 16 pounds within the first month that they were quarantined. So what are some of the things that we can do to maintain our health and wealth? Because with us as black people, we know that we're much more susceptible to contracting coronavirus because we have diabetes, we have high blood pressure, we have heart problems. So what are some of the
Yes.
things that you've been recommending to your clients and that we can recommend to our viewers?
Yes, yes, it's true. A lot of people gained 15 plus pounds during the quarantine. And what I've been doing personally is videotaping my own workouts in my house to show people that while you're staying at home, you can work out at home. And so I run in place. I put up a couple videos where I'm running in place doing the HIIT, which is high intensity interval training,
Mm-hmm.
before I do the strength training. Because you have to do both if you want to be irresistibly fit. You have cardio isn't enough. You have to do some strength training. And so
Okay.
I also put up a video of me doing push-ups because you can use your own body weight to get your arms toned, your chest toned, your shoulders toned, and also doing dumbbell curls. And you can get water bottles to do your dumbbell curls if you don't have the dumbbells at home. Uh, Also, the HIIT that I do is a 1 minute. You run hard for 1 minute and you rest for a minute. Run hard for a minute and you rest for a minute, and you do it 4 times. You can, and HIIT has variations, but the one that there are two that I enjoy. There's a 4 minute HIIT where you run for 20 seconds, 8 times, or 8 intervals, work hard for 20 seconds, and then you rest for 10 seconds. And that's the one that I do in my Althea fitness class in W Park. So those are the things that I do for cardio.
So
Strength training, again, you do body work, strength training. I have dumbbells in my house. I've had a home gym for decades, so I've had to go use it because the gym was closed. And it's been very effective, as you see. Look how toned my abs, my arms, and my shoulders are. My abs are pretty tight.
Yes, go ahead, embarrass me, Miss Moses.
2 days a week, I do strength training and cardio. Strength training for sure, 2 days a week because I do the whole body, but it's really a 4-day workout that I turn into 2. And that's what I talk about in my book, Irresistibly Fit.
So if someone is watching this show right now and they would like to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you?
Yes, they can reach me at my website, altheam.com. That's my first name. M is Mary, my last name, and .com. They can also contact me at 310-740-1157.
Okay,
and my website is pretty detailed.
Let me get that number again.
310 through the website.
310-740.
1157.
All righty then. I'll blast that out there, and hopefully we'll have some takers. You'll be getting some calls soon.
Well, we have some comments. We actually, it's interesting because when Althea, when you first came on, Gilbert felt like he needed to go cover up. He felt that he needed to go put a robe on.
I was ashamed.
When I tell him he can get my book, Irresistibly Fat, that helps him get in shape so he doesn't have to cover up.
There you go, Gilbert.
A video will work better. Do you have a video in that? Do you have that in video?
I don't have a video of it. I do have the ebook. So you can work out with the ebook, just flip the pages, and it has over 70 pictures in it showing you how to work out.
Okay. Now what if so if we continue, obviously we're going to be still in quarantine, I think, for another 5 weeks from what I'm hearing, and hopefully that's going to be the case. It could be to the end of the year. So would you consider creating, now if you're finished with you and resting, and I know you're going to go back to school soon, so you guys are you doing the teaching online as well for the kids?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Learning. Yes.
It's remote learning.
Yes.
So, is there a possibility that you would evolve your business online for those that are sitting at home in front of their computers 24/7? Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, because that would be great.
Definitely. That's one of the to-do lists that I moved up from the 5 on the list to number 1, that I need to go digital with my program.
Yeah, because who knows when we're gonna get back? But I do know if we made 15 pounds in the first month, we're heading into that 30-pound marker, and it's a lot harder to get the 30 pounds off than it is to get the 15.
That's so true. That's so true. Yeah.
So
but it's not just a diet. People need to start moving. Of course, you gotta watch what you put in, but you definitely got to start moving. And you can move around your house.
Right. And even if they did
community.
Walking is good as well, right? Yeah, with your mask, but walking is good, right? Yeah, okay.
Yes. If you're brisk walking, it's helpful. But if you're just doing your leisure walking, you will get more. It's more effective if you do brisk walking.
Okay.
Well, it was certainly a pleasure having you on here. You could stay for our next guest and hear some of the great information she has to present.
And she might have some information to help you move find the money to be able to put yourself online and virtually.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be listening.
You'll be listening.
I'll be listening.
Also, your sister over at the Black Women Network, Michelle Moore Bell, said hello. She says your book is fantastic. And so she's listening into you. So with that, we're going to segue, because you are also a small business owner. Even though you have your real estate, you're an investor, you teach school, so you have income. You are a lady that got multiple streams of income. That's all right, my sister.
That's correct. And I
right.
love it. Paychecks. I have many paychecks coming in.
Whatever I want to do.
What they say, you're supposed to have seven streams.
That's what we call the residual income. Have them coming in from every which direction, right?
Right. So but as well, you're a business owner, so you also have lost, like most of us, we've lost, what would be our revenue if we actually had our live clients and or been able to meet our clients in person. So this next lady here, she has been in the financial industry and banking industry and for over 20 years, and she's a woman to go to about money. And so she's going to talk to us about the coronavirus resources that are out there, and impact that it has had on our business community. And so this would be perfect. So you stay put, and we'll be bringing her on in just a minute.
I'm listening.
Okay, so Miss Candace, we are so happy to have you. How are you today?
I am excellent, Crystal, and it's Constance.
I'm sorry, Constance. I'm so sorry. So we are so happy to have you. Most people, know that she was at PCR, a Pacific Coast Regency Center, for a number of years. That's how I met her. I also met her at church, at Fame, First AME Church. But now she has moved into an amazing new role as the president of the center. And it has a very long name, but I think on the street everyone calls it the Center by Lendistry.
Exactly.
Okay, but it does have a very long name, and it's called the Center for Strategic Economic Studies and Institutional Development. So I'm so happy to have you here. We are excited. We're just in very interesting times right now, and those times have created a real gap and devastation in our community. So having you here to talk about it, and first let's talk about where the money is, because a lot of people are tuning in, and is there still money out there, and how do they go about getting that? And then from there, we're going to go into the actual impact that COVID is having globally on our economic system.
Thank you, Crystal. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you all for having me on the show. Crystal, it is a pleasure to see you again.
You as well.
Congratulations on your 4 years. That's pretty cool. I think I might have been on this show 4 years ago when you first started. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And
in fact, in our promo that our new intro that we just did, you're actually featured in the you're one of our guests, because we honored all of our guests for the last 4 years, and so your picture was one of the ones that I selected.
Excellent. Well, 4 years older. At any rate, I wanted to clarify a couple of things, and it is the Center by Lendistry.
Okay.
The center is the technical assistance arm of Lendistry. Lendistry is a CDFI. Lendistry is a #1 SBA lender in the country. Lendistry has been around for just under 5 years, or just at 5 years. And we pride ourselves on making sure that small businesses, specifically businesses of color, underserved, underbanked, women, veterans, have access to capital and education. So with that, your first question was about where's the money. So if we're talking about COVID-19 or the coronavirus, there is still money available in the PPP program, or the Triple P program as people are calling it. And I think that Lendistry has one of the more proficient and easier ways is accessing those funds directly through our website. And Crystal, you can share that with the website with them later if you'd like.
It's actually
And
strolling on the bottom of the screen.
oh, excellent. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go to our website, you'll find most of the information that you need in order to apply for the PPP program. And what I'd like to stress is that the PPP program was extended as a result of having so much money left in the program. And it's unfortunate that a lot of people didn't apply. So if I can motivate or engage everyone who's listening to or watching the show to just apply. We have business advisors available to work with you and help you with the documentation that's needed. And it is important that you're able to take advantage of the resources and the funding that's available to help you to stay in business.
Hello,
One
Constance.
of the first.
Okay,
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say welcome to the Business Zone. You and I, we interfaced a long time ago, probably 4 or 5 years, maybe 6 years ago. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of what you've accomplished, and congratulations on your new post, your new position. Now, with your program, many small business, as we know, they weren't successful in getting their PPP loan because their paperwork wasn't in order. They weren't organized. They couldn't provide certain proof of documentation. And on the Business Zone, we've said it over and over. That's what we've been working on with our viewers and our participants. We try to help them to become bank loan ready, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. And we even have a tool that we use to help them to do that. So it's very easy. Now, you mentioned that there are some funds left over, but how do those firms, those small businesses, small and micro businesses, how do they um, go about or get rid of that fear that they have? Because most of them are not applying because there's a fear. They're thinking, oh, we're not going to get it. I applied 2 times already. I'm not going to get it. So what would you say we can tell these businesses to get them more encouraged to want to apply?
Absolutely. Thank you, Gilbert. The funds, first of all, I'd just like to say the money is there and it is available to small businesses. It doesn't matter if you're a 1099 or a sole proprietor or a small firm with 2 to 3 people or just one person or a corporation with less than 500 people.
No, I'm sorry.
Was that you, Crystal? Wow.
Yeah,
that was your twin, Constance. That's your twin.
Yeah, my. Sorry about that, guys. Go ahead. I'm done. It's done.
Okay. All right. No problem. No problem.
It's a live show.
It's a live show.
I was trying to share it.
I would say that as far as the documentation are concerned, later in the show, time permitting, I'm going to talk about some of the challenges that we've experienced in helping people to access the programs, the disaster loan programs. And one of the things that I think people should just understand, or small businesses should think about, is if you formed a corporation, you have corporate documents. Mm-hmm. We must be able to verify that the corporation exists. Mm-hmm. The other thing is we do need your banking information. Your banking information needs to jive or be the same as your corporation. Okay, so you're going to need, if you have payroll, you're going to need documentation that supports the number of people that you have on your payroll. So I don't think that people should think, oh, I can't do it. If you're in business and you have a corporation, the corporation documents will only assist us in understanding if there's other partners in the corporation who is obligated or who is authorized to borrow money on behalf of the business. Nothing unusual, nothing that anyone should be afraid of. If you've got employees, we're going to take the salaries that you pay the employees over a 2-month period. We're going to allow you to access other fees or costs in running your business, such as your rent, your utilities, and so forth. So it is not complicated. And even if you feel like it is complicated, we have the individual resources there that can work with you one-on-one to help you to get those documents uploaded. The other thing that we have found is that I remember, I forgot the fitness lady's name, and I'm sorry about that.
Althea.
Althea, one of the things that I loved about what you said is taking your business to a digital platform. That is imperative because the disaster loan program is only accessible by using technology. There's no one in COVID-19 where you can walk up and hand over documents to. The documents have to be uploaded. So at some point in time, I've challenged myself. I need to figure out how we can help more businesses to move into a digital format of operating their business. Let's see. Crystal, you had another question?
Yeah, actually, what do you think has been the biggest impact in our community, with our small businesses since the orders came from our government officials to shut down and in our communities?
It is just that. It's the closure of the businesses. It's the absence of revenue. It is, even after we came out of the sheltering in place, we had a lot of businesses that could not open at their normal capacity. So if you need to generate $10,000 a month and you can only put enough people in your place of business, that's going to help you to generate maybe $4,000 a month, you're going to have a problem. So lack of capacity and closure of businesses. And then the fact that the businesses don't know who their customers are. They have no way of reaching their customers. I'm open. We have curbside delivery, different things like that, but you can't reach them unless you're a storefront that people are driving past. And keep in mind, we're sheltering in place. No one's driving past your place. But if you're saying, I can prepare your meals for you, and you can pick them up curbside and you can pay online with your credit card, you're in a position of generating additional revenue. So I would think that the closure, and even in the closure affects the revenue, but then even reopening, if you can't operate at the same capacity, you're still going to have a loss of revenue, which brings me back to the disaster loan program. That's what it's there for. To help you to be able to keep your employees, continue to run your business, and find ways of stepping into a digital business format.
Constance,
and how does that
have a solution for you?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Crystal, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask, so we talk about those business owners that have employees. What about the ones that are in our communities that are independent contractors or self-employed? They may only hire employees when they need them, and obviously they don't need them right now. But at the same time, they're still running their businesses. As we know, in the Black community, we have a lot of solopreneurs that only bring in people project by project, or not at all.
Right. Well, if you're a sole proprietor, or some people call it an independent contractor, or it could be someone that's paid via 1099, they're all eligible for PPP assistance. And the way our website is set up, if you go to our website, you look for your particular entity type, you will see the documentation that's required specifically for your business. Then my suggestion is you pull out a flash drive or you download it onto your computer where you have access to it. You call one of the business advisors. You can call me. I will make sure that you're working with a business advisor, and we will help you to get your information up on the system and approved. And keeping in mind, the PPP program closes on August 8th. On August 8th, it closes, which means we need your documentations, any conditions that are met. All of that needs to be done and approved by the SBA by August 8th. Not just the submission of your documents by August 8th, it has to be approved by August 8th. So we don't have a lot of time left, and I didn't get a chance to see what kind of funds are left right now, but the last time I looked, it was $130 billion.
Wow.
The downside of all of that is it looks like the small businesses don't need the money.
Yeah.
We don't want to leave money on the table.
Right.
Well,
and they do need the money, but and Gilbert is getting ready to address that. Most of them have difficulties locating those documents. And we knew we knew this when the Metro project came up, right? Because you were over at PCR when we had the Business Interruption Fund, and that was the problem there, right? That they didn't have the documents in order to get the money that would be able to allow them to still stay in business. And so I would hope that after this crisis that people will see it is viably necessary for you to operate your business in a business way, and to also maintain and keep your business, be able to have your documents at their fingertips so that they can come to you and apply for other for opportunities that can help save their businesses. Because somewhere I've read that it's going to be in the hundreds of thousands of businesses that are truly not going to survive this.
I can cover that. I actually have the most recent numbers today, and it's looking like about 41% of businesses, and that's about 441,000 businesses that will not make it through this crisis.
Right.
But I would like to think that even if they don't make it through the crisis, I hope they applied and got access to the disaster loan fund.
Right. And the thing about it is, go ahead, Constance.
No, I just want to make sure that there is support mechanisms out there.
Yeah.
But we can't write your corporation documents for you.
No.
We can't write the articles of incorporation. We can't do that. But now in this crisis period, we need to get ready and stay ready. So if you know where your documents are, keep them where they're handy, because this is probably not the last disaster we're going to see.
Yeah.
It's not.
That transitioned right into my point here, Constance, because you see that image behind me that says SmallBizPro? That's a digital system. You mentioned digital before. That's a digital system that I want to talk to you about, that we can help these businesses with, and they can access all of these documents in seconds at their fingertips. They can access it on their phone. So we'll talk about this next week and see how we can team up and make this happen. Because $100 and something billion out there, and many of these businesses still don't know about it. So Crystal and I will do our part to start promoting that on Facebook and YouTube and all of the platforms that we have access to. But they definitely need some hand holding to get ready and get started, and that's what we do with this system called SmallBizPro. So we'll talk about it next week and see how we can increase the number of applications and approval. Now, I wanted to ask you a question about Althea. Now, she does property. How do you describe your business, Althea?
Businesses.
Your businesses. Is it property management?
The health and fitness company, or the
real estate, the real estate business. How do you describe that?
She's a real estate investor.
It's rental income.
Okay, rental income. Right.
It's actually it's not commercial. It's residential rentals.
Right.
So to families.
So, Candice, how would a business like that benefit from the PPP program?
Okay, so Gilbert, first I'm going to say this.
Oh,
My name is Constance.
I'm sorry, it's Constance. I'm sorry. Hey, Crystal did that to me. She made me.
Oh, blame it on me.
Blame it on
it into
Crystal.
my head. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
So, in response, no worries. In response to your question, though, Althea, there are programs out there that support residential units. And so there was a deferment program. So if you had a loan on your for the residence that you own and you rent, you could have gotten deferment on your mortgage payments. There's also LA City has a program that would pay you. Your tenants could apply for $1,000, I believe, that would go directly to you as the owner of the property. So in other words, if I'm paying rent and my rent is $2,000 a month, the city was going to give the landlord $1,000 on behalf of everyone that's renting from me. But the tenant has to apply for it. And I will say this and hope that a lot of people hear it. You cannot stick your head in the sand. You have to follow the news. There is no way possible that even us can make sure all the information that is needed is getting to the business owners. And Althea, you are also a business owner. So there was a deferment process for anyone that owned property, whether it was your space that you lived in or rental space. You could get deferments on that. Secondly, there's a program within the city of LA that would pay the landlord $1,000 towards the rent that is owed to you.
Well, now that, can she still do that? Because we're still in the midst of.
I am not positive on that program, but I'm sure it's on the LA City's website. That's a city program. As well as there's another program that the county of LA is doing with LISC. You guys probably know about that one. That's the $5,000 to $15,000 grant. And that was also available to small business owners. There's there's an awful lot of money floating around, and we just have to stay open to receiving how to go about getting it.
Right, and then with her fitness business, if she's going to matriculate into the online digital so that might be something you want to look at, so that whatever expenses you're going to incur with that, making sure you have great internet connections and things like that. That's one of the things we found with this show, is trying to get all of those back pieces together to make sure that it still runs like it would professionally do. And I will say, I was kind of a resident that when we did the youth program, because we normally do that live, and to do that virtual with 35 kids, and it has really gone much smoother than we anticipated. We were thinking we still got to get to graduation, so we don't know what that's going to look like, but but pretty smooth. So I would advise everyone, right now digital is the way to go, and that way you can stay connected with your clientele, because out of sight, out of mind is something that happens all the time.
Constance, I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna go ahead. I was gonna ask Constance another question.
Go ahead and ask her.
So Constance, you've been in this industry for a while, and I'm sure you've made your rounds through. Where I think when I read in your bio, you've sit on boards. If someone was, and we need more individuals that are in the finance industry that can help our business owners understand, the financial literacy of being in business, right? What are some of the other programs, the technical programs that the center offers? Because I know you do things beyond just loaning and operating the PPP money.
Well, loaning, training, webinars, and I'd like to think that we are all things small business.
Okay.
That's what I like to say. So if you're starting a business, we have someone that can support that. If you're starting it and you're looking for funding, we can support that. If you're thinking about doing a franchise, we can help you with that as well. There's an organization that we partner with that can help you to decide what type of franchise you might want to open. So as far as adding or looking at, contributing to the small business world, I would say look at an internship. If you're in college or you thinking that, you want to be involved with a nonprofit because of the fact that you want to be involved in something where you can give back, that is an opportunity.
Okay.
Now, Constance, if someone's watching the show right now or listening to it at some point, they want to get a hold of you by phone. What's that phone number?
It is 213
Uh-huh.
634-1080.
Perfect. I'll put that up on in the chat window, so when we blast this later on, folks can see that they'll be able to give you a call and inquire about those programs. I really do think that you and your organization is doing a very, very great job in the community for small businesses. We need to promote that more. We need to get it out there. And Crystal and I will do whatever we can on this show. And remember, you are a friend, both you and Althea are a friend of this program, of this show. And you guys can be on here anytime you want. Just let us know. Okay? Anytime you want.
Okay, that sounds really good.
Thank you.
Are we about to end? How much
No,
more
go
time
ahead.
do
No, go ahead.
Well, we got 6 minutes.
Okay, 6 minutes. I'm going to take one probably. And I would just like to make sure that our audience knows that from a historical standpoint, just since COVID-19 started, we have done over $175 million in PPP loans to more than 3,000 small businesses.
Wow.
Wow.
That has caused us to really increase staff, to really, we are a financial technology business to begin with. So what we like to say is we were made for doing things on a digital platform. And so therefore, we put things in gear, in place to make sure that when we hit the road and we started offering services to small businesses, we tried to make it as easy, as uncomplicated as possible. But when there is an issue or there is some complications to you getting your documents done, we do have business advisors. I believe now we have 11 business advisors on the center's team that do training and webinars, and we're here to help.
Very
fantastic.
Very
I'm going to
good.
be doing some consulting, and I think we're referring them over to you, Lendistry. I'm doing some consulting with the Los Angeles Urban League, and so I think
good.
So I'll be doing some starting Monday actually. So, but yeah, we really truly want to help make sure, because if we look at it, I know you guys get stats all the time. What are we looking at for the next 5 years for our community? How will we get back on our feet? Are you guys having those discussions at all?
Well, I think first it's important to know that we're having that discussion among the company ourselves, because life is going to probably change for us as well. And so if you start to think about a small business needs to start thinking about, what's my continuity plan? What is my disaster plan? Do I have a line of credit? Look at the team that you have right now. If something happens like this again and you lose a key employee, how will you sustain your business with that loss? It could be, I broke my leg a few years ago. It changed my world upside down. And you need to look at, how do you make things work with the absence of a key player? So one of the things that I wanted to share is that you need to really assess where you are now, look at what you can do futuristically. You may not be able to run your business the way you've been running it prior to COVID-19. You need to look at, are there opportunities for you to get certified so that you can have ongoing revenue? I know that some of the businesses that we've worked with that were certified were able to transition into a whole different thing to continue to generate revenue. And why? It's because their name, their NACES code, was in the county or in the city's pipeline. So when they decided they wanted to do something, they could go directly to their pipeline, find those individuals, and allow them to bid on these contracts. So I will always support procurement, getting certified, women in business, veteran business ownership, the whole bit. It's really key. And it's just another more ongoing way of generating revenue.
And that leads me, I'm sorry.
One more thing, education. It is extremely important that people, business owners, educate themselves. Digital is one thing, but it's more than that. What type of bookkeeping system are you using? Now is the time that you could be studying, and I'll just throw QuickBooks out there because I think it's one of the easier ones for businesses to use. I know you know how to use QuickBooks, so we talked about it. So it's one of the easier ones, and we do have to find ways to re-engineer ourselves to make sure we stay relevant, and strategic planning is one of them.
Yes.
Plan for your future.
Plan for your future. And actually, I'm going to be launching a program in August on the trainer training the trainer. So I'm training individuals how to use QuickBooks and how to go out and create a bookkeeping, a digital online platform, because QuickBooks is online. So I'm going to be teaching individuals that want to create a new business because we're going to need that. People, one thing we found with this is you have to be able to maintain your financial records and as well as your own businesses. So as you said, that's very important. So I'll be teaching that. Before we close, I want to refer everyone. We want your, there's a individual that's looking for your phone number. He is, so the number was again, what was it, Gilbert? 213
643
643
1084.
No, it's 634.
Oh, 634. I'm sorry about that.
No worries.
634. What was the last
1080.
1080. So you can give her a call at the center, Alfred, and she can direct you, because he has some information on a business that he has. He's a vendor for the Los Angeles Community College system, and he has a program called Excel Academy. So he will reach out to you. But as well as, I want to direct everybody over to the Los Angeles Urban League /Biz Camp. Our Biz Camp kids are having a sale today, and we are they're having their sale day today and tomorrow. So go over. It's all digital, all virtual. They will mail you whatever, and they have some great gifts, some masks, some embroidered clothing and shoes, and these kids are just gone all out. So please support them, and you can go to LAUL.org/bizcamp and be able to support the kids. Their logos are there. Click the logo, and it'll take you to their Instagram pages or their websites or their Facebook pages. We would love for you to do that. And if you're looking to do some business coaching, you can reach out to us. We need coaches all next week to help the kids complete their business plan. We are really enthused and excited about this batch of kids that we have coming out. Wow, ladies, both of you have been absolutely awesome. We want to thank you for being here, and we have to continue this conversation going because we have to
we could do it right off the air after we're done, or we could continue talking.
Right.
I want to talk to Constance some more. So.
We actually are controlling the platform, right? So, but we have a number of people watching, and so yeah, it's been it's different, and everyone's having to do business different. I am, interesting enough for me, I was already taking my business virtual. And so so it was already, I was already training, I was already teaching. I have a new software for accounting. It's called Wave. I ran 3 training workshops in the very first part of March. They don't have to pay for the program, but it's an excellent program while they're trying to get back on their feet, and then they can transfer back over to Facebook. But they don't have to because not Facebook, QuickBooks, right. Because it does the exact same thing QuickBooks does. It provides some reports, which is what we want, some reports. So thank you, ladies. So any piece of advice? Althea, any piece of advice for anyone to stay in shape and stay healthy during this time frame? Stop eating.
Do some cardio. running your house and do some strength training and get my book. It has a lot of pictures and detailed instructions on how to work out at home. You don't have to go to the gym. Get Irresistibly Fit.
That's what I'm talking about.
You can also hire me. I still do my personal training, and with my mask on, and with the client also wears their mask. So
very good.
I look forward to working with you guys to get it tight and right.
And Constance, we've been trying for a long time for you and I to be partners, and I think the opportunity is now. So I'll be calling you next week so we can talk a little bit, because everything you're describing is what this platform does. So those small businesses are going to be so ecstatic. They're going to be so excited. So
Constance, when's your book coming out?
Oh, I don't know about that. No book on the horizon for me. But what I would like to say, to sort of follow Althea's lead, and she talked about Irresistibly Fit, and she's talking about your body. I'm going to say, let's get irresistibly fit with our business.
I love it.
As well. And then I am going to plug the fact that the census, everyone needs to complete the census. Even a business owner needs to complete the census information. That's how the United States government knows what our businesses need, how many there are, etc. So a plug-in for the census.
And one more plug-in, and you had said something earlier that I wanted to say. So when you were talking about procurement and supplier diversity and opportunities, we need to all look at voting in November for Prop 16. It's vitally important. I believe there's going to be a town hall meeting yesterday on the briefing that I did. Ingrid Merriweather was on, and they're going to do a town hall meeting, and they're looking for women to step up and help them make sure that we get we revert the Prop 209, and it's all dealing with affirmative action, which is creating a problem in the supply diversity and procurement for those of us that are in for people of color that are in the business world. So we definitely want to support that. We want our hearts and souls go out to the families of John Lewis. We lost a great civil rights leader. C.T. Vivian also, and Charles Ever. We need leaders in our community because they're going on to the glory, and we left down here on the planet with all these other strange individuals that's down here. So we need to cultivate some new leaders. So we want to thank everyone for tuning into the Business Zone with Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. We're out.
And make sure you go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. We're looking to increase our subscription to 1,000 by the end of we're going to give you to August, and come back next week. We have a great show as well. I want to thank Wendy Gladney for making sure that my guest was here, Ms. Constance Anderson, for the president of the center, and we want to congratulate you on your new position. Althea, fantastic. I think I first met you in 2009 when you first started your business, and it was great to have you on the show. So thank you so much for being there. I want to be irresistibly fit and sexy and firm as well. Yeah, that's what I want to be.
Get my book or hire me to do the personal coaching.
Okay.
Right.
So you guys don't have to
over a decade.
You guys don't have to go anywhere.
Actually, personally, I've been working out for over 4 decades.
Wow.
Yeah, we can still speak after we go off the air, so you guys don't have to go anywhere. But for all of our viewers and our listeners, this is the Business Zone every Friday from 3 to 4 on this great station and this great channel. Crystal and I will always provide information for your small business to help you grow, help you become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. And
thank you all who's been listening today, all our viewers. Thank you, and come back next week. We are out. We'll see you next week.
As a small biz pro, that's how we roll. Using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, that's how we grow. Using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur.
All right, Crystal, we're still